This is Akashvani Chennai. Titled The Joy Equation, a conversation on wit and wisdom. Participating in the interview is author and life coach Dr. Venkat Kumaresan. He is interviewed by Dr. V. Kalyan Raman.
Welcome to this week's episode titled The Joy Equation, a conversation on wit and wisdom. Audience, we are all ready to laugh, learn, and live with pockets full of both wit and wisdom. Joining us today in the studios of All India Radio Chennai, we have an eminent speaker, Dr. Venkat Kumaresan, a celebrated humorist who has conducted workshops titled Ha 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 for Aha Life for children across 7 countries, for employees and even business leaders. His journey with humor began when he was a student of class 1. That story goes separately. He has also attended many conferences, to say in special, this is AEE Conference 2022. And then he is the author of many books. Father of Your Team is the name of the book which I have to mention here specially. Apart from being a speaker, apart from being a writer, apart from being a trainer, he is also a very good poet. He had got opportunities and privilege to be the keynote speaker on many occasions. So let's take this opportunity to, with a great privilege, to Mr. Venkat, who is joining us today in this episode on the topic, The Joy Equation, a conversation on wit and wisdom. So Mr. Venkat, welcome you. So before I give this opportunity, let me chase the opportunity of the jokes, whatever I come across, I really enjoy. That's a teacher controlling the class, and he says, he finds the children looking outside. The monkey is moving here and there. Looking at the children, the teacher says, "Hey fools, what are you looking outside? Monkey, when I am inside, why do you look at outside?" This is how I just wanted to start this conversation. Now over to you, Dr. Venkat.
Okay, thank you for the terrific intro, Dr. Kalyan. Hi, listeners. So, now that we are in an interview, shall we start this interview with an interview joke?
Yes, please.
Okay, why not? Let's start with an interview joke. So, there was this young commerce graduate from Trichy. Let's call him Govindsamy. He was desperate for a bank job. He even watched an astrologer's TV show in the morning before leaving home, and he wore a bright yellow color t-shirt for his fortune. Now, sitting outside the interview hall with 20 others, Govindsamy was sweating like a butter dosa on a hot tawa. His handkerchief gave up halfway. He now needed a bedsheet to wipe his sweat. Finally, Govindsamy's turn came. The bank officer, a very kind-looking gentleman in 40s, asked him, "What is 23 multiplied by 2? Having used a calculator for a very, very long time, Govindsamy froze for a moment. Then he blurted out quickly, "Sir, 23 into 2 is 43. Interview over. He walked out. Realization hit him very late. "Oh, yo, 23 into 2 is 46, and God, I said 43. It's gone." So that's what he thought. 2 days later, he got a letter. He opened it, expecting a rejection. But it said, "Mr. Govindsamy, you are selected as cashier of Kekaran Makaran Bank." On the joining day, with loads of gratitude and a box of laddu, he met the same officer and said, "Sir, I think you must have heard me wrong that day. I said 43 instead of 46. The officer smiled and said, No. I asked you 23 into 2 and I heard you saying 43. I selected you because yours was the closest correct answer."
Even I too remember something. Of course, it's not the thing that what happened in an interview. It's somebody saying, like, "Give me blue pen of any color." How this blue pen of any color? Maybe that he wanted to mention the shade of different blue or something. Sometimes whatever we speak, that becomes a very good comedy. It's very fine. That's of course fantastic. So the message that in life, we don't always have to be perfect. We try to say that we need to have some perfection, and we try our level best that we must be perfect in what all the things that we do, and more than that is we expect perfection from the others. It's very, very difficult. Sometimes being better than at least a few other things, that's more than enough, I feel. So we always need not have to trouble ourselves by taking all the efforts to become perfect, but it's not necessary that all the time one should be.
Oh yes, Dr. Kalyan.
We need to understand the situation. We need to be very, very practical. So what's your opinion? Is there any joke kind of?
Yes. See, actually, you have perfectly summarized, even though you said we don't always have to be perfect. See, when someone is perfectly dressed like you, it is very normal, right? But if someone wears a loose pant and mismatched shoes in a Charlie Chaplin style, we all burst out laughing. So life is rarely perfect. So it is only the imperfections that make it funnier. So listeners, when you face a tough or a tense moment in life, just pause and ask yourself, do I want a hearty laugh or a heart attack? If you pick the first option, then in such a moment, pause, laugh, introspect, and move on.
That's fine. See, very funny thing. It really happened. An old man had just only 8 hairs on his head, almost bald, just here and there 1 or 2 looking totally that could be counted. It comes only 8. He went to a barber shop.
Interesting.
Keeping only 8 hair. The barber asked with anger also, shall I cut or count? 8 hair only, no? So he asked. Then the old man smiled and then said, you color it, man. So though he had only 8 hairs, he wanted that all the 8 had to be colored. So this is how the sense that makes our life to leave all our nonsense away.
I think the barber shares my name. It could be Venkat. The barber knows when to cut.
When to cut, what to cut and all. It's very nice. It's so fabulous. It's a practical approach. That's what I feel. Is there anything that this related to correct answer and then wrong answer that you said somebody gave a wrong answer?
Yes.
But he got selected in the interview. But what happens in our life actually is that we are very perfect in giving the correct answer on many occasions. But ultimately what happens? We are rejected and whoever gives the wrong answer gets selected.
That is perfectly possible, Dr. Kalyan. Yeah. See, we can get rejected, but we shouldn't get dejected. So here is another classic comedy in the style that you actually wanted. So meet Balaji, a 25-year-old chap who thought he was over smart. So he was the third candidate waiting outside a similar interview, but this was for a private detective job. The first candidate came out of the room and he was very upset. Balaji asked him what happened. That guy said, the officer actually showed me a side photo of a lady's face and told me to observe like a detective. I noticed only one eye, so I said, sir, my finding is this lady has only one eye. He said, think better, and he sent me out. So then came the second candidate, same photo, same question. So he looked at that side photo and very proudly said, sir, this lady has only one ear. Same response from the interviewer, think better. And he went out. Now, the third candidate, Mr. Balaji, enters. The officer showed the same photograph of the lady posing from the side angle. Balaji smiled and immediately said, sir, this lady is wearing a contact lens. The officer couldn't believe. He jumped in joy and congratulated. Brilliant, Balaji. You are the most observant person I have ever met. You are hired. But tell me, how did you find that out so soon? Balaji leaned back very coolly and he said, sir, actually before entering this interview venue, I collected clues like a detective. One guy already told me that she has got only one eye. Another guy said that she has got only one ear. So if a lady who has an eye problem doesn't have one ear, how can she wear specs? That is why I guess that she must be wearing a contact lens.
Oh, nice. Whether he got the job or not, but had I been there in that place, I too would have asked some questions. Let me just try whether he could answer or not. Let me see whether you are able to answer to these questions. Will you be ready?
Depends on the questions.
Yeah. What
yes.
can you catch? Listen to the question. What can you catch but you never throw?
What can you catch? You can never throw. Can it be
You
cold?
can catch only the cold.
Cold. Yeah.
But you cannot throw the cold. Okay. So what has hands but cannot clap?
Clock.
Clock. Nice. You are right. What has eyes but can't see?
What has eyes but can't see?
There will be, you can see this having some eyes here and there spotted out in a potato.
Oh. Okay.
What has keys but cannot open locks? You can see there. It has got keys where
Okay,
you can
piano.
play. Piano.
Wonderful.
What has a head and a tail also, but no body?
Coin?
Head and tail.
Coin?
Yeah, head and tail. A coin has, but a coin doesn't have a body. What is always in front of you, but it can't be seen? It's there in our front, but we cannot see that.
What is that?
At present,
Uh-huh.
we can see only the future in your
Wow.
front.
This is awesome.
but
This is
you cannot-
philosophical. It's not just humorous, it's philosophical.
Yes. What has cities but no houses, forests, or rivers?
City.
You
Atrocity,
can
scarcity.
not only a city, many cities. You can see so many cities there, but you cannot see houses, you cannot see forests, or you cannot see rivers physically.
Okay. I
Don't
get
say
the
that
most...
it is electricity, okay? But only in the map you can see all this, but you cannot find a real house there in the map. A map
Okay.
has
All the
so many
cities.
cities. Okay, so
That's
these
out
are
of
all
the box thinking.
my silly jokes, whether you could tolerate or not. Let me go ahead with the next question to you. So, what happened to the manager in the interview later on after hearing the answer from that Balaji?
I heard the manager resigned after hearing that logic. Anyway, the position is open for you, Dr. Kalyan.
Okay, I am ready to apply for that. And with that kind of reasoning, one can even think something extraordinarily. Am I right?
Yes.
So, thank you for that offer. If at all you recommend me and I get the job. Luckily, that gentleman didn't get selected in that company. Some may get hired too, and some of our listeners may be dealing with them. What comes to your mind when an employee doesn't understand how to work with a manager?
This happens in corporates, but I can think of a great scholar like Swami Kripananda Warrior. There is a funny story here too, very much overloaded with humor. Once Warrior Swamigal stayed at a very rich landlord's house. That landlord was a devotee and he insisted on sending Swamiji some packed food for his midnight train journey. Since it was Shashti day and Swamiji refrained from having any food all through that day. So Swamiji consented and he instructed the landlord's servant, just get 4 apples, just 4 apples, peel the skin, cut them into small pieces and pack them in a box. The train was now chugging along, it's midnight. Swamiji was terribly hungry. He opened the box and he was stunned. Inside the box were only apple peels neatly chopped and packed. The servant had literally done what he was told. Peel, cut and pack. So Swamiji burst into laughter. If getting just one task done by that servant on one day itself is so difficult for me, he imagined the landlord's struggles with that obedient but brainless servant and he could not stop laughing.
Well said, Dr. Venkat. That's so brilliant. The message, that is, the humor is the ultimate shield. When you can laugh at an attack, no one can really hurt you. Mr. Venkat,
Yes.
can you please answer this question? What runs but never walks? It has a mouth but never talks. It runs
Uh-huh.
with a flow but never walks. It has a mouth, it's opening.
Is it a river?
Yeah, it's a river, right?
Wow.
What goes up but never comes down? It keeps on going up and day by day it will be increasing.
I
But
can
it will
only
not
think
come.
about gold prices, but I don't think that's the right
It's
answer.
your age, it's my age, it's everybody's age. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
M.
The letter M. What is as light as a feather, but even the world's strongest man cannot hold it for more than a minute?
I can't guess this.
It's the breath.
Wow.
We cannot hold it.
Beautiful
No.
answer.
Now over to you. You can start all your techniques, tricks. Come on.
Sure. So, Dr. Kalyan and hi listeners, if you examine all the jokes that make people laugh, about 90% of them, that you watch in a stand-up comedy or in a movie, these are built using 6 core techniques. Most jokes use these 6 core techniques, okay? Wordplay, rhyming, logic twists, exaggeration, associating attributes, and changing the context. And then add to that scenario creation and some unpredictable questions, you got a full comedy toolkit. The easiest to start with are rhyming and wordplay.
That's right. So before we get on to these techniques, like how we had discussed in the previous episode, shall we start with some funny story, if you like?
Oh, sure.
You would have seen some speakers who are dry in the delivery, like, it'll be very, very dry, like any gobi Manchurian or something, which never sounds much interesting. But you can also see some people who are generously spicing to humor. They bring a lot of flavor by adding jokes here and there. And then even just to listen to the jokes, we can see people gathering there. So any story that comes to your mind to share with us?
Oh yes, see, public speakers, anyone who is popular, we can relate a humor element to it. So this is a story on Winston Churchill, who was a Prime Minister of England, and he was a very, very witty guy. The story goes like this. His friend, a very ordinary speaker, was invited to speak first, and Churchill was sitting in the front row. So during his friend's speech, a gentleman next to Winston Churchill started dozing off. That speaker, his friend, gestured to Churchill, "Hey, wake him up." But Churchill acted as if he didn't notice at all, and he folded his hands and he was just looking at the speaker. His friend could not concentrate much on his speech. So how could he do when a guy in the front row is sleeping? So he got down from the stage and he was a little upset with Churchill. So he asked Churchill, "I signaled to you, you could have at least nudged him. Why didn't you wake him up?" So Churchill gave half a smile and told him, "Bro, you were responsible for putting him to sleep. So it is your duty to wake him up."
Yeah, so funny. Even we can see many public speakers, they wanted to show off what they know, but they never understand the mindset of the audience. That's how they keep boring the people, and then you can't even find at the end, other than the person who comes for arranging the mic set alone will be there.
Yeah, after the bore comes the snore. That will be the audience reaction.
Even I too have seen, only one person was sitting, and then the speaker asked, "Do you like my speech that much?" "No, sir, it's not. I really don't understand what you have spoken. I'm just waiting for you when you are going to complete it. When I'm going to wind up this, I'm going to take all these mics and speakers." This is how.
So he was waiting for another speaker, which is connected speaker.
Yeah.
And this speaker was a disconnected speaker. That's why everybody else left.
Yeah, it's so funny. This is how the logic makes our life bringing humor. So we can see people travel long distances for an event.
True.
Where someone speaks to listen to them with eagerness.
True.
They become tired. If you go straight into such facts and advice, chances are really boring.
Yes.
And then, as you said, that bore becomes a snore. You are saying that when a speaker displays superior sense of humor, he gets more opportunities. So he becomes a successful speaker.
Right. I would say 99% of the times he will get more opportunities.
Is it not 100%?
No, that's because of human nature, Dr. Kalyan. Because human nature comes in 2 flavors. There is one set of people who are admirers, who will genuinely celebrate your success. Then the other category is little insecure people. So they will always feel uneasy seeing somebody else doing better than them. So for them, staying associated with people who are less skilled than them feels safer, like a comfort zone for their ego. So that is why I said 99%. And that 1% of the guys, they will keep the world very interesting.
There are also people like me who want to become very admiring speaker. But once I just start speaking, I keep on waiting for words. And then if I come prepared with jokes, if I don't know how to deliver that joke to the audience, I become fail. Am I right? So you have promised our listeners a few easy techniques to create like voice cracks. So what are they supposed to be like such?
Yes. So
simple?
As I said at the beginning of this interview, 90% of them are built using that 6 core techniques which we spoke. And maybe I can start with the first one, which is rhyming. Okay. So now we are in the recording room. Let's take the word room. So can you give me a few rhyming words, Dr. Kalyan, for room? Okay. Boom, groom, broom, zoom. Okay. So let's stop here. So the last rhyming word that I stopped was room and zoom. Do you think of something which connects room and Zoom, maybe meetings, right? So you will see meetings that happen where everybody is inside a room, and other one is online meeting where people are connected on Zoom, right? So sometimes do you get confused between a physical meeting in a room and a virtual meeting in a Zoom when somebody sends a meeting invite? Does it happen?
Nowadays, all the rooms become only Zoom because the meetings are conducted only Zoom, this thing. So when we talk about kind of a rhyming sense, it's a poem that I wish to share. The cow that you see eating grass on a hill is doing a lot more than just standing still. She nibbles the grass and she sips from the stream to make into milk and convert into cream. And that's how we get all our milk, cheese and butter. The grass goes in one end and the milk out the other. So here I don't find something there is a funny, but one thing what comes to my mind is like how in order to make the people, even the words which come out without any sense also become a very good sense only in terms of humor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're spot on.
Yeah.
Say, let's say you get an invite.
Like how you keep the people engaged is more than like how many jokes really, that doesn't matter. Even without any joke, only with your body language and then your eye contact with the other person, the way you move here and there. So that alone makes somebody inspired.
It is perfectly possible.
You
Dr.
need not
Kalyan.
even to be a good speaker. Even the humor is the body language. So that speaks more than words. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. You said this boom, groom and all, that's very, very interesting. Actually, the meetings that happen when everyone is inside a room and the other is online, meetings on Zoom, so it happens. Am I right?
Correct.
Then we get close to creating a wisecrack that is 50% ready, and then we get into a scenario like a creation, imagination, and then we get invited for a elite club in different places.
Yes.
And these are all the places. Why I am talking about here is like people do not come only to listen what the speaker says. People do not come only to enhance somebody's knowledge. People do not come just only to pass their time. They come mainly for relaxation, isn't it? So
Rightly
one
said,
may be
yes.
sitting in Shimla, but he will be very, very hot. He'll be having lot of tension. No, like I remember in a school, the teacher wants to get permission from the principal.
Okay.
The teacher is from North India.
Okay.
He came to the principal and then said, Sir, I want demolition. I want demolition. Then what is this demolition? Then
Okay.
slowly, the principal understood he wants to say that demo lesson,
Oh, okay.
demonstrating a lesson.
Yeah.
So demo lesson.
That's
in
an
his-
unintentional humor.
Yeah, unintentionally, he's pronouncing demolition
Yes.
has made a lot of fear in the mind.
Dr. Kalyan, since you brought that Simla element about traveling to a different place, and we spoke about room and Zoom,
Yeah.
so let's consider a story like this, okay? You are invited to for an elite club's meeting in Simla. So you are very excited. You bought a new sweater. You dream of selfies near snow peaks and putting it in your WhatsApp status. But 2 weeks before the event, you call the organizer and say, I'm ready for the meeting. Please book my room and send me the link. So that organizer replies, Sir, link is there. No room. Only Zoom.
Oh, that's what even some names also become so funny. No, like
Yes.
you have any such thing?
Yeah, there are South Indian names.
Yeah.
Aragasan.
Okay, I can't pronounce the word if I'm not South Indian.
Yeah, so if you're more familiar with English, maybe you will call him allocation. Allegation.
Allegation.
Yeah,
we call.
that's nice.
Allocation.
And how about
What
Sure?
to allocate? What to allot? But actually, the name is Aragasan.
Let us
People
say.
who pronounce
Yeah.
alone can pronounce it correctly.
Yeah, now that you brought out that name, let us say Mr. Alagasan is the resident association secretary in your association, okay? So he has made a mistake
Yeah.
in allotting funds.
No, as long as this allegation is not entered into any kind of allegation, so far it's fine.
So his allocation is good. That's how we will call that secretary.
Oh. So the power of rhyming words, it's very, very wisecracking. It looks very simple, but we can create and develop funny sequences with it. And moreover, we can very well understand how to pronounce a language correctly, how to pronounce the words and all. No, mispronunciation is something that makes us to think in a different manner. That sometimes, though one side we can enjoy the funny part, and sometimes it leads to kind of seriousness, isn't it?
True. See, rhyming, you will see it very often in some of the popularly remembered comedy. For example, Risk and Rusk. You can recall a Tamil comedy that starts
yes,
like that,
yeah.
right? And
Risk is somebody's rusk.
yeah,
No.
correct. And the popular humorist Baski also uses this very powerfully. One of his sayings, which was motivating, was don't worry much about cash balance. In the end, for everybody, it's only ash is a balance.
So you said about a lot of techniques and other things, and then we also discuss spoonerism with some examples, and then malapropism, which is using a wrong word that sounds similar. Like, for example, thinking that I should say my phone is having a flashlight and accidentally saying my phone is having a flashback. Instead of water under the bridge, saying water under the fridge. Okay.
Yes.
And why do they not feature in the 6 techniques all the things that we are about discussing? So, is there anything that you wish to continue?
Yes, these were actually not covered in the 6 techniques because these are unintentional humor. People may laugh at you, but you...
Humor is always unintentional only. Not that you need to prepare and then going. That is not at all a joke.
That is an impromptu humor,
Yeah.
but this will make you... People can laugh at you. You will be a laughing stock rather than in the inspiration or people having a huge admiration for you. So that's why I didn't cover that in the 6 techniques.
No, that's how one can keep somebody's face or name in the mind for a long time.
I agree. Sometimes the self-deprecatory humor works in your favor.
How humor is not just about cracking jokes, no, but it's all about cracking open possibilities. We explored the simple techniques
Yes.
and how that can turn an ordinary line into an extraordinary love. One line, small line, can bring a very big humor.
Yes.
And today we will travel a little deeper into the world of wit and wisdom. Can humor also spring from innocence, misplaced confidence, or blind obedience? And can laughter become a life lesson? Let's find out with the ever insightful, ever witty humor coach, Dr. Venkat.
Thank you, Dr. Kalyan. Yes, on the lines of what you were introducing, a joke which is arising out of innocence or a comedy which is coming out of a wrong interpretation can also be received very well. So here is one. During a social gathering in a new club, 2 members of that club met up. The first one is that club's president, and the other guy is a very new member who has got enrolled. And that new member was not very good in understanding English. The club president asks, "Sir, where were you born?" The other guy says, "Kerala." President becomes very inquisitive and asks excitedly, "Oh, Kerala?
Which part of Kerala?
Which part?" No, he didn't say which part of Kerala. He said, "Oh, Kerala, which part?"
Okay.
He said, "Not part. My entire body was born in Kerala."
Okay. Oh, this is how one asks question, how we innocently speak something, no?
Right.
It's very nice. Even you might have heard about this funny, clean jokes, no? Even these jokes make every conversation better, whether you are sharing a laugh with a friend or entertaining your kids.
Yes.
And these jokes are always essential for our life to enhance the beauty, and that's how we can maintain that the other person is interested in our conversation, and then the rapport becomes a very big journey. So these are all the strength of humor, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely agreed.
But days are gone. People do not find time to read books. No, the world has become this chat GPT life or artificial
Yeah,
intelligence.
but there is one book everybody sees every day.
What is that?
Facebook.
That, like, no, we all getting tuned into searching through chat GPT.
Yes.
And then we always feel ourselves something, we are extraordinarily talented by using artificial intelligence. Is there anything that you wish to share in this regard?
No, before we talk about artificial intelligence, what do you think is the opposite of artificial intelligence? Word by word. Opposite.
Artificial, it's natural.
Okay.
Intelligence is foolishness.
Stupidity, right?
Stupidity.
So, opposite of artificial intelligence is natural stupidity.
stupidity.
So, natural stupidity can create a lot of humor.
So-called people, they just wanted to show off themselves by this thing. Anything that you come across related to this chat GPT or something?
Well, I would say even for ChatGPT, we should give instructions very clearly. So I can tell you a comedy about what happened in a school, okay, which is about following instructions, the two blindly following instructions, okay. So let's get straight to the scene. Imagine the scene, a huge exam hall with 60 students from 9th standard writing their half-yearly exam.
I too agree, there are situations like a comic situations that arises when someone blindly follows the instruction
Yes,
without understanding.
correct.
Go in, he will go, even before listening to the instruction.
Correct. And some people could be so mischievous that they deliberately do. And this story is about such guys, okay?
I'm so curious to know, please.
Oh, sure. So, in that exam hall, 9th standard exam, the invigilator is very strict and he gives a warning very frequently. She gives a warning very frequently. Children, no copying, no talking, shh. So, two mischievous boys were sitting on adjacent benches. They suddenly start talking to each other after seeing the question paper. The invigilator gives a very stern look. The boys didn't notice it and they didn't bother about it also, and they were continuing to discuss. So the invigilator pulled both of them by their collars and dragged them straight into the principal's room. So on the way, one of the boys was pleading, Miss, please leave us alone. We didn't do anything wrong. The invigilator didn't care about his excuse and got right to the principal's room. She complained. The principal asked them, why did you discuss with each other? Don't you know that you will get punishment? Now one boy said very casually and very confidently, sir, we didn't do any mistake. We followed the instruction on the question paper.
What's given there?
On the question paper, the question was, discuss the challenges of water resource management in India. And that is why these boys were discussing in the exam hall.
So funny. That's what happens, no? But actually in schools, they may play such tricks.
Yes.
Talking about these schools, subjects, children, teacher, education, question papers, exams, some thought comes to my mind that I wish to share with you. Like as you said, no, there is something that is called a takeaway from each of these jokes, like what we have been discussing here, as you had seen.
Yes.
I wish someday, like maths or science or a moral science subject, humor is taken as a subject for educating students on a gamut of values and is positioned as a life skill. Life skill is not only like how you educate the children, how you make children feel disciplined. It's like
Yes.
how people have to value to make other person happy. That is possible only when adults enjoy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I 100% subscribe to your view, Dr. Kalyan.
Yeah.
Because the attention span of students, whether it's a college or school, it's coming down. And humor as a subject has got the potential to reverse
But
it.
nowadays, no, there are a lot of television shows in the name of jokes and comedy. We are not even able to sit and watch along with the entire family.
Yes.
This is how this joke or comedy is misunderstood. So what do you think about it?
I think stand-up comedians have got a huge responsibility. And at times, if a comedy misfires or it creates hurt in the sentiment,
Like
it is...
pulling somebody's down or putting somebody down, that's not at all a joke in my opinion.
Correct.
Like-
See, lifting somebody's spirit
Yeah.
up is the purpose of a comedy.
In the name of comedy, they just talk about something that makes somebody feel hurt, like people, those who are with the special abilities, differently abled.
Correct.
These people are, we need to worry about them. No.
Absolutely. If somebody is to create such a humor, then that person himself has got a mental disability.
And mainly what speakers think, like as you said about this stand-up comedians and all, people who meet the public, taking a weapon of speech in their hand. So they should keep one thing in the mind, that is the attention span.
Yes.
Maybe the attention span of the listeners mainly. You may be addressing the students, or you may be addressing the employees, or you may be addressing the public. The attention span is very, very important. And then the timing, then the common sense or the punch dialogue what you use. So these are all very important things when you have to keep audience in your control if you want. Humor, no, it's as a subject, it has the potential to reverse it. Very valuable lessons and all we are able to catch through humors, because
Thank you.
these days we hear a lot of financial scams, like an imposter posing like a bank manager and asking for OTP. Somebody comes, he will not even leave us. So we come across people asking the OTP to cheat us. So this is how we enjoy humor in our daily walks of life. The most funny thing, when the people talk about this OTP, everybody has almost got this experience. Whomever, they North Indian, somebody speaks as like a broken Tamil or something, and then intentionally the other person tries to cheat him. Whereas the cleverly, how people make the other person fool, no?
So
That also is a very big
correct. So for the trickster, the full form of OTP will be one-time payment. He will extract all the payment in one time.
He will be taking the thing. Like our own experiences only make us laugh so many times. We need not have to go for Kushwant Singh jokes or something. No,
Correct.
Day by day, if you look at something humor in any part of your walks in the life, definitely you will get more occasion to share your experiences. And your experience is not my experiences. Your age is not mine.
Right.
Like how that context, that's more important.
Yes.
So till now we had come across humor in its various phases and states. So with that we come to an end of this conversation. From rhyming and wordplay to logic, innocence and the life's little missteps, Dr. Venkat reminded us that humor is not the opposite of seriousness at all. It's the oxygen with it. When we laugh, we don't escape reality. We understand it still better. So dear listeners, let's not just share jokes. Let's share joy and positivity. Let's be that friend who lightens a tense moment, that teacher who makes learning memorable, that parent who turns mistake into smiles. Because, as Dr. Venkat beautifully said, the opposite of success is not failure. It's delayed success. Keep practicing the tactics or the techniques what Dr. Venkat shared with you. Wish you all the very best. Until we meet again, let me give opportunity to Dr. Venkat to share, if anything, that he has something.
So you have, of the 6 techniques, you have at least learned 2 of them, the rhyming and wordplay during this session. So start practicing them. There is a saying, practice makes a man perfect. So practice humor and it is going to brighten your life, brighten days of several others.
That's a very beautiful, wonderful signing off from the joy equation where laughter meets learning. Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, we come to the end of the interview titled The Joy Equation, a Conversation on Wit and Wisdom. Participating in the interview was author and life coach Dr. Venkat Kumaresan, who was interviewed by Dr. V. Kalyanraman. This program came to you from the studios of Akashvani, Chennai.